Hey, welcome to Loose Change. Way better than the after party. That's what I'm told anyway. I'm Jim Evans. It's been a while. It's great to see you. Greg, great to see you as well. And we are back here on location, a very special one at that. You see in the background, and I'm really looking forward to talking to our guest who is standing by. And you know what? We're going to go inside and get right to it. So don't change the play or the channel. We'll be right back.
Sending files, watching your favorite shows, adjusting your smart thermostat, calling mom. There's so much you can do today. It's amazing. But how do you manage all that new technology? Armstrong gives you control of your home network and all the entertainment that makes your world go round. If you need help, we're easy to reach for support too, by phone, web, or at our service locations. Armstrong is here to make everything work for you. Armstrong, life made easy.
Welcome back to Loose Change. I'm Jim Evans. I had the great pleasure to be joined by Poland head football coach Tom Pavlansky. And Coach, thanks so much for being with us and for your patience. We've been trying to do this for a while, but we finally got it done. And it's sure great to see you. And you know, for those who follow, you know, high school ball and athletics in the area, we know about the Pavlanskys and the Poland connection, obviously, from here. But for those who don't, if you could just give us a little background just to start, like, how your college career and how your coaching career took the shape that it did.
You know, well, thanks, Jim. Appreciate you coming out here to our locker room here and you know, spend some time with you, and appreciate your patience too, as well, in trying to find what the best time was for everybody.
Yeah, that's
and so again, I really appreciate that. But you know, you can go back to my dad got hired here in 1968. He came from being an assistant at Cardinal Mooney, and got a teaching job here, and became the head football coach here for 10 years until 1978. And then all my siblings and I, we graduated here from Poland. And you know, my path was simply, again, following high school here. I went to Ohio State. I had the good fortune and privilege of being a student manager there. First year for Coach Bruce, and the next 3 years for Coach Cooper, and got to be around some great guys and great coaches, and really, and I mean, be part of my favorite college team. You know, on being right there on the sideline in front of 90,000 people, and that, just and being there in I mean, obviously we're on the eve right now of the Ohio State Michigan game. I mean, I got to be there in 1987, Coach Bruce's last game, and experiencing a win and in front of 110,000 folks, and so it was something special for sure. But I got to spend my 4 years there, and I graduated with a degree in comprehensive social studies. And then from there, I went to had the opportunity to go out to Colorado State as a graduate assistant for Coach Bruce, and you know, I spent a year there, and it was really just an unbelievable experience around some unbelievable guys. You know, and then my brother Pat called me in the middle of May, you know, when I got home, or at the end of May, I'm sorry, when I got home from Colorado State, because I was all set ready to go back there in July, and he said, hey, I got the head basketball job at Lakeview, and I want you to be my assistant, and they got a teaching open there too. I'm like, well, okay. And I always told myself I wanted to be a teacher first before I made it to the college game, and I said, and my first question to him was, well, what's their mascot? What are their colors? And he goes, they're blue and white and the Bulldogs. And so I'm not sure I'd recommend that kind of logic, you know, in terms of making decisions. But you know, that mattered to me. You know, that mattered to me, and I mean, my wife at that time, girlfriend, and we were pretty sure we were gonna get married, and you know, and so long story short, like I interviewed at Lakeview, and was blessed to have the opportunity to teach there then, and you know, 2 weeks later, my wife and I, we got engaged, and you know, and I was there for the next 29 years. Okay, and obviously, you know, 22 of those years, I was the head football coach, and got to be around some great people at Lakeview, especially Paul Kopko, who was my predecessor out there, and just the people at Lakeview were unbelievable. And my wife and I, we decided to build a house right there in Cortland, a mile away from the school. And,
Nice
and we're still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful area, a beautiful community. People are unbelievable. And like I said, and 3 years later, my brother left as the basketball coach to go to Canfield and be the girls' coach there.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a unwritten rule. It got broken this past year, and because when a Pavlansky leaves there, they always hire a Pavlansky. Because that was a trend. They hired my brother left, and they hired my wife. Okay, so my wife still teaches out there, when I left this past February, and but they didn't hire another Pavlansky, so I don't know. So, but anyways, it's but this job opened up here at Poland, and I made some phone calls and some inquiries and did a lot of soul searching and talking, and this is a major decision, a life-changing decision. And bottom line was, I know I loved Lakeview. I still love them. I love the kids out there. They're great kids. Great people in the school. And but bottom line was, I didn't want to be 10 years from now and say I could have been here. Right. And the bottom line is I get a chance to teach at my alma mater, give back to the community a little bit, try to, but every day, I get to be on a practice field or game field that's named after my dad. Yep. And so that was a huge factor, to say the least. And bottom line, this is home. And I think there's a lot to be said about that. And I know we look a little different than back in 1987 and that, but things change. Sure. And but bottom line is, this is still home. And it's a chance for me to get to know, hear stories and that about my dad more often, because I was 9 when he passed away. And a chance for my wife to get to know who her father-in-law was, maybe a little bit better from hearing those stories. Sure. And but also my 4 kids to get to know who their grandfather was a little bit better. Yeah. And that's, you can't put a price on that. Nope. Can't put a price on that. And so that's what got me here. And absolutely positively no regrets. Everything's been fantastic. And so like I said, we look forward to keep on building and keep on putting out a product that people can be proud of. You absolutely. You kind of answered my next question. Was I'm sure it had to be. It was a bittersweet situation to leave, Lakeview and everything you've done there, and to come here. But for obvious reasons, so much for you to return here, and got to keep the nickname and the colors. That's what I mean. That's right. It's like I said,
that worked out.
Yeah, who knows? If Lakeview was black and red and the Cardinals, the answer probably been no. Yeah, there you go. And
we got the mic.
Yeah, so it just hey, it is what it is, and I can't deny who I am. So
that's all right. That's a good deal. And you mentioned your dad. And I relayed this to you, and I did previously to Mike. And I started my broadcasting career down in Salem. I was doing Salem and West Branch football and basketball. Salem was playing Poland Saturday afternoon game at the old school, Mm-hmm. And I just started out, and obviously it heard so much about your dad, and it still stays with me. He's one of the most genuine, nicest people I've had the chance to. I've interviewed countless people and met so many people along the way, and he's right there in the group at the top that still sticks with me. And what a positive experience that was for me at that time in my career, just starting out. And he was so gracious and genuine with his time, and that still stays with me.
Thank you.
And with that, and you mentioned about coming here to be here, this great facility, the field named for your father, and there's such a high standard here and high expectations, mm-hmm. And I'm guessing you really didn't have to talk much about that when you came here to the kids.
No, not at all. I think you go back to 90s with the 80s, Coach Klingler.
Yeah, right. No.
Then Coach Symington and Coach Lamport, Coach Shepis, then Coach Julia, Coach Brungard, and Coach Williams. They've taken the program and to new heights, and and so we're looking to build upon that, and add to it. And I don't think anybody needs to tell any of our kids or our coaches about what the expectations are here. Yeah. and we're trying to meet those expectations and surpass them every day. And that is something that was also very appealing, because I think everybody wants to be at a place with high expectations, because it forces you, it makes you, do things the right way, and it finds out just how good you guys can be, how good we can be as a group, and so this is obviously a lot of appealing factors that that not every place has.
Right. Yeah. No question. What makes a good teacher? What makes a good coach as well? I'm sure you're a teacher as a coach.
I think like two things. I think you got to be able to communicate what the message is. What your vision is. I just say, especially nowadays, the kids got to know exactly what's going on, what the expectations are. That'd be the second thing, is communication and expectations, but also building relationships with the kids too, knowing that you care about them. And hopefully each day, like, our kids know, and hopefully our kids at Lakeview know just how much we care about them, and that we're willing to, again, to help them do what they want to do. But most of all, we're always going to tell them when you tell them, hey, we're going to tell you what you need to hear. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear. We're going to tell you what you need to hear. And understand that, hey, we've been your age before. You haven't been our age yet. And so we're going to give you our 2 cents worth about what's going on, but how things need to proceed. But I think communication and setting expectations, are paramount to building anything that you want to do, especially with our young kids today.
How have kids, if they have at all, changed over the years in your coaching experience?
There's, like, in today, again, we'll go back when I first started in 1999, there's no cell phones.
There you go. That's
the technology,
right,
okay, is obviously a whole lot different. Like I said, in 1999, you come into the Lakeview locker room, you're going to see a TV and a VCR, and maybe some chairs set up, okay. Whereas, today we got, again, with the technology, all the kids, have access to film and this and that. And so like today, it's even, communication is a lot easier today, because you're able to send out a message right now here, and so forth and so forth and on. And like I said, in the few minutes we've been talking right now, I think my phone went off like 3 times.
Yeah.
So I know somebody's trying to get a hold of me right now. But it's a lot easier today. But then again, it's also challenging in that, hey, because I still think there is huge value in just terms of the face-to-face communication, the one-on-one communication, to the group communication, that goes further than anything else, instead of just looking down at the phone and seeing what's going on. But also technology provides a great opportunity just to teach too. Be able to send out clips, send out film, send out messages. It's really, a powerful medium for sure.
Has the challenge as a head coach, has that changed over the years for you in any way, or is it pretty much the same?
It's been, I think it's been consistent.
Okay.
In terms of the challenges, it's, obviously, the amount of time you need, to be around the kids and to set up how you want things to proceed. Staff-wise is also an incredible challenge. Finding people, finding the right people, that are willing to buy into your vision, to buy into the program, and want to serve kids. That's getting to be more and more challenging, just because of demands in society. Education has changed.
Yes.
30 years ago.
Right.
I think administrators, their hands are a little more tied, and where teachers who are coaches, that was really an appealing thing. But today, I'm not sure, how many young people are doing it, because again, in society, I don't think, that being a teacher is a sought after profession.
Right.
And which is obviously disappointing, but again, I'm biased, because that's my life, that's all I know, and that's all I've ever known. But those are some of the challenges that, but they're always going to be there, And but I think too, part of the deal is that as a teacher we're problem solvers.
We have to take a quick break. Still a lot to talk about, so we'll be back with Tom Pavlansky right after this.
There's so much you can do with technology. It's amazing. Armstrong gives you control of your home network and all the entertainment that makes your world go round. If you need help, we're easy to reach for support, too. Armstrong, life made easy.
Canfield, you go against your brother Mike, the Cardinals, and what a special night that was. It didn't come out that way for you at the end, but with your family here and the buzz about Canfield pulling one of the best rivalries in the area, that was truly a great night. Your mom did the official, ceremonial coin toss, and that was really special for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, obviously it was a special night. Not as special as what we wanted it to be as a Pullman Bulldog, but it was a special night. And really proud of our kids and the effort they gave forth that night, and proud of the Canfield kids too. I mean, I thought it was just a great contest. Kids playing their heart out, just playing like crazy. And it was a clean game. It was as clean of a game as I've seen all year, or seen in a long time for that matter. And just really proud of the kids, and so it was a special night.
You guys drove right down the field there, got to the goal line, and then it didn't work out. And then, that was a tough.
That was a tough.
time
it was a tough start. We didn't finish it there, but hey, you'll learn, and like I said, I was really proud of the kids and how hard they battled not only that night, but for the next 11 weeks for sure.
I mean, you're out here doing this all this time, and of course, you're out in the field, and it's about competing, and obviously you strive to win. And but I sense, in talking to your brother and so many other coaches like yourself, that it's as much about that. It's developing young men and taking life lessons from the game at this level on to the next phase of their lives.
Yeah, many say athletics. Is a great life teacher, but nothing, obviously biased and probably not politically correct to say, but it's nothing teaches you more about life than football.
I agree.
Nothing teaches you more about life than football. You got to learn how, going back to the Coach Bruce always said, and Coach Hayes always said, you get knocked down, you got to get back up. And also you got to learn how to knock people down too. And, and then doing things together, because, together everybody achieves more. That old acronym there, and but it is the life lessons of discipline, responsibility, being accountable, and requiring you to be really good. When your teammates need you. Being there for your teammates. That's what football gives everybody the opportunity to have. And and that's just not on a Friday night. That's Saturday morning. That's a Monday afternoon, and that's for all the guys. Who may not be there on a Friday night on the field. Everybody wants to play on Friday, but not everybody can, and not everybody, and sometimes that happens, and but we need everybody during that week. That Friday night game is only a snapshot of what happened during the week, and again, football teaches whether you're a sophomore, junior, senior, if you didn't play it down or whatever, hey, you're still a huge part of what we do.
Well, you had a great season. I know you'd rather be probably right now working on the practice field and getting ready for a game this week, but you made postseason, and you had a couple close ones along the way. We had a chance to do that Hubbard game as well as the Canfield game. But how do you evaluate how season one went for you?
Well, it's obviously, again, we still feel like, hey, I think we had a really good football team.
Absolutely.
But it does leave a bitter taste a little bit because, we didn't win the conference.
Yeah.
We didn't beat our rival.
Yeah.
We got knocked out, again, week 2 in the playoffs. So that doesn't, I don't think that sits well with any of us. And so hopefully we can use that as extra, whatever motivation or fuel, whatever, to make sure each day we're doing the right things to give ourselves a better opportunity down the road. But again, we were good enough to be there in the game.
Absolutely.
All the way through it. Against 4 teams that were pretty good. Obviously 2 are still playing right now. They haven't lost a game. Yeah. So they're 26-0, and then Hubbard finished off at 10-2. And Canfield finished off at 11-2. And so you look at the 4 teams we played, they only had combined 4 losses out of 49 games or 50 games, whatever it was. And so we played some really good competition, and we shouldn't hang our head, not one bit. We're proud of the season that we did have. Yeah, we fell short of what we wanted to do and our goals and that, but I think we grew, and I think our kids are going to be dedicated and determined to continue to work hard next year. And I think, like I said, our seniors gave it their best effort, and really proud of them. I can't say thanks enough to them for being receptive to some new ideas, and like I said, I think, like I said, nobody should be hanging their head whatsoever.
How do you evaluate your first season as head coach here, or are you still working on that?
Well, no, as it is. We, like I said, we're sitting down talking now as a staff and individually, and I don't know if a head coach is ever satisfied, but like I said, we didn't beat our rival.
Yeah.
We didn't win the conference, and and we still, I think we have a reasonable belief to be, that hey, we're good enough to still be playing right now.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so we're just, right now we're trying to find, okay, how can we close that gap? How can we move on? And so hopefully, we come up with some ideas that can help us get us to that answer. And and I know our guys are excited about getting back together here in the weight room here in December, and start working towards 2022.
You did have success, that's for sure, this year, and every coach will say this, and I'm sure you feel the same way, is that you always have you're as good as your staff and the people you have working with you, and you obviously had some good guys this year.
I can't say thanks enough to our staff. We got a great group of guys who care so much about the kids. Brian Jones and Chet Allen, Zach Kapp and Mike Lopahowski, Luke Skinner, Jeff Saber and Matt Nero, John Basak, those guys, Jonah Spencer, got a couple alumni on staff, and Jonah and Luke Skinner, those guys, care so much about the program, but they're just really good guys. Just good guys.
What do you feel, how do you feel good about what you have coming into season 2, and what can we look forward to?
Well, as I said, going in the next year, we got to replace, I think, 19 starters.
Wow.
So that's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a big number. And like I said, the senior class was a very talented class. Mm-hmm. It was a big class. And we got to replace 19 guys, and so that's a little nerve-wracking, but it's also very exciting, and we think as a staff, one of the things that we did, we think we're excited about, is that a lot of our young kids got a lot of reps in practice and that, and so we're excited about those guys. Those guys have shown some potential.
How do you want this team to evolve? What are your expectations? You just touched on that a little bit, but is there maybe a phase or a part of the game that you feel we still can be better at, or is it just a general overall thing that you always approach?
I think it's just just a general deal that our guys continue to buy into the program, continue to work hard. Continue to believe in each other, believe in themselves. Yeah. And like I said, I don't think you're going to see too many differences next year schematically or anything like that. But I expect us to, what we're going to do, we're going to be good at. We always want to apply pressure on our opponent, defensively, offensively, special team-wise. We want them to be ready to defend everything. And, so that's not going to change. And like I said, we're excited about these juniors, or I should say the class of 2023 and the class of 2024, and we're excited about the class of 2025 coming up as well. And so, it is. It's we're looking forward to those guys getting better.
Do you take the approach of you perhaps adapt your system or tweak it some to the skill sets of the people you have, or is it more the other way around? This is our approach, and you will fit into what we do, or a little both?
No, I think we're always going to match what we do to what our kids can do.
Yeah.
We're always going to do that. You just the old cliche, you can't fit a
Right.
round peg into a square hole, or vice versa. And we're not ever going to try to do that. That'd be a disservice to the kids and that. So, we're going to do what we believe our kids can do, what they can be good at and develop to be good at. And if that means for us as a coaching staff to, hey, study in the off season, hey, here's how we got to teach this because this is what Joe can do, then we're going to do that. And I mean, so we pride ourselves on being teachers, being coaches. And if you're a true teacher and a true coach, hey, you can coach anything, and as long as you put the time in to study it and so forth, and because again, we want to do what our kids can do. But we've always try to during the season, adapt what we want to do, to what the kids can do, and obviously, like our JV team may not be what our varsity team was doing because our JV team, well, this is what these kids are capable of doing, and our varsity guys are doing what they're doing, and vice versa. And so, as I said, our kids have worked hard, but we're always going to try to do what our kids can do.
Well, unfortunately, I only have a moment or so left, but this is a subject of big debate, and here we are in the postseason, the expanded playoff field this season. There were arguments on both sides of the fence about it. What are your thoughts on having that 16 team?
You may have to go another segment. But no, hey, I was a little history here. I mean, I was the president of the association in 2020, and during the pandemic and everything, president of our coaches association, I should say. Yes. And for 2 years we studied the playoff system, and we believed that an expansion was warranted. That we wanted to go to 12 teams.
I remember that, yeah.
And where the top 4 teams would get a bye.
Right.
So teams 8, 9, and teams 5, 6, 7, and 8 would get a home game. Okay, and play the 9 through 12 seeds, and then they go ahead and get matched up against the top 4 seeds. Yeah. And we made that proposal in January of 2020, and they passed it, which was I want to say unusual because usually the Ohio High School Athletic Association does not immediately buy in what the football coaches are saying, at least. It's always been somewhat of a struggle. And so then obviously the pandemic hit, and we were in close communication with the association, and all throughout that summer, and they decided, hey, we're not just going to look, here's what we're going to do, and everybody got in who wanted to get in. Right. And they made that, and which was, hey, the association supported because obviously in the pandemic, unusual circumstances. So, anyways, as we get better and follow through, and then and whenever it was in April or May, we get a phone call, hey, we're going to expand to 16. Yep. And we never got consulted. We never got talked to.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
And and that was disappointing.
Yep. Well, hopefully next year we'll see you make a deeper run in the postseason for sure. Coach Joe, unfortunately we're out of time, but thanks so much. Again, I can't say how great it is to be with you here, and best of luck in the coming school year, and then before you know, we'll be out here again.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Appreciate it, Jim. Thanks so much,
Tom.
Jim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Tom Pavlansky. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
There's so much you can do with technology. It's amazing. Armstrong gives you control of your home network and all the entertainment that makes your world go round. If you need help, we're easy to reach for support, too. Armstrong. Life made easy.
Well, that's going to do it for our show. Thanks so much to Poland head football coach Tom Pavlansky. Best of luck to the Bulldogs out on the field, in the court, in the classrooms. Thanks to Greg Roten. Greg, again, great to see you. Thanks to all of you. Don't forget, you can check us out on YouTube. Just go to Armstrong Loose Change. I'm Jim Evans. We'll catch you next time. Greg, run a fade. That's not what I'm talking about.